So once again, I welcome you all. So today's topic is chapter number 5, religion. Chapter number 5 in paper 1, religion. In this is something very simple. So we are going to discuss religion from anthropological perspective and not from philosophical point of view. We are not going to discuss about the philosophy of various religion here. Just let us have a look at the syllabus here. Anthropological approaches in the study of religion. We have three important approaches here. The evolutionary approach, functionalist approach, and the psychological approach. Then after that, monotheism and polytheism, myths and rituals, sacred and profane, forms of religion in tribal and the peasant societies. In fact, we can say simple societies like animism, animatism, naturalism, fetishism, and totemism. Then we have religio-magical, religion, magic, and science distinguished. So what are this magic is? This is not like see what our so magician perform. They'll say, see this pen, stick, it went missing. Not that magic here. Magic here, right, is black magic or white magic. You will be familiar with all these things. We will discuss what is black magic and what is white magic. And science, how we can relate a religion and magic with science, how they are distinguished. And then magico-religious functionaries, priest, shaman, medicine man, sorcerer, and a witch. And a witch. So religion, right, as such, it was an anthropological curiosity. In fact, the early anthropology or anthropologists during the dawn of the subject, they focused much about the religious aspect of various primitive people. So we know how anthropology as a subject got evolved. During the 16th century and late in 17th century, when the population exploded in Europe, Europeans are forced to find a new land. They started moving out of Europe, and there were many travelers who just wanted to travel and explore the unknown parts of the world. All these things are made possible because of the development of technology, steam navigation, and along with the steam navigation also the development of or development in the field of map making. One particular map drawn in a projection called as Mercator's projection. So this is some very simple projection. You might have seen this projection. I will try to show one now. Have a look at this map. This is a world map drawn by using Mercator's projection. There is something unusual in this map. Can you notice that? Look at the size of South America and look at the size of Greenland. Greenland is just 1/10 the size of South America. But in this map, it looks larger than South America. Look at the continent of Antarctica. It looks as if this is the largest landmass on the earth, right? But it's something smaller than South America. So here it is a map in which the area of the landmass got distorted. Earth is a sphere. It is not always possible to extend or spread the sphere surface on a plane. So some way, somehow, right, we need to make some adjustments while drawing a map. There are number of projections. Mercator's projection is one such projection. So while drawing a map, either the area may get distorted, or sometimes you can conserve the area, but the shape may get distorted. The shape may get affected. Okay, sometimes the map may not show true directions. In this map, the area, this is not showing the true area, correct area of the landmass. Because in this map, right, Mercator, he made one, it's not an error, but he made it in such a way that the parallels are straight lines. By this time in geography, you should be comfortable with the term parallels. Parallels means latitudes. Generally longitudes, right, once when we move away from the equator, yeah. Now it is clear to some extent. See here, this is equator. So once when we move away from the equator, this longitude should be placed close to each other, because all these straight lines, all these longitudes will meet there in one point. If you look at a globe, you can understand this. But Mercator, while drawing this projection, what he did, he kept even longitudes as straight lines. So once when you move away from the equator, the area of the landmass increases. Area increases. In fact, this should be only this much, but he had extended it. But this map, right, it shows true direction. If you draw one point connecting Rio de Janeiro with Cape Town, in reality also this will be a straight line. But there are sometimes, right, a map will not show true directions. If you connect two places by a line, in the map it may look like a straight line, but in reality this line may be like this. So this map, right, the map drawn based on Mercator projection, it shows true line, or it shows true bearing, we say technically. So if somebody from here, if he wants to move here, you draw one straight line, this will be the shortest distance, you take your ship and move. The Mercator projection played a major role, or it helped our Europeans in navigating across the ocean. There were many travelers, Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Magellan, Thomas Cook. They all managed to reach far-flung areas. Inspired by this, there were many travelers who also took such long journey, and in many places, for example, in the distant islands in the Pacific Ocean, in Africa, even in India, in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, these people were largely attracted by the number of strange customs which people practice. So this became a very big curiosity. So religion was the first topic, right, which our anthropologists wanted to study and explore, largely because of the very strange customs which people were practicing. There were few who practiced human sacrifice. Even in India, there were many primitive societies where human sacrifice was practiced before the advent of the colonial rulers. Even British, they had a very tough time in bringing these things under control. To some extent, we need to thank them in dealing with a number of such human rights violations in our country. And even now, I don't know how many of you will believe if I tell you, E.L. Chirman, and even there is one student from Himachal Pradesh. What is her name? Ankit Sharma. Ankit. Will you believe me if I tell you, there are few temples in South India, and every year there will be some function, every year there will be some ritual on which what they will do, they will dig a long pit, say some 18 feet or 20 feet in length. They will bring in wooden logs, they will burn it, and now once when that wood becomes red hot, that when the red hot charcoal is there, people will walk on that fire as a prayer. Guys, tell me how many of you believe that such a thing exists even now? Not just in rural areas, not just among the primitive people. Some 4 or 5 years back, I was there I just went to one shop to make one photocopy. There, one girl, she was dressed in an yellow color saree. And the girl who was doing that photocopy work, she said, "Hey, you are also going to walk on flowers, on flower." They say like that, but it's not flowers actually. They'll be walking on fire. It was a matter of shock for me. I turned toward that girl. And young girl, her age will be around 16 or 17. Can somebody think about walking over fire like this? And there are a few interesting rituals. Let us take some time, but let me share this with you. One of my friend, a very close friend of mine, that time he was preparing very hard for this examination. Very, very hard for this examination. In fact, we were in Delhi. Once night, we went to a temple. That guy, what he did, he was praying to God, saying, "God, please make me to clear the prelims. If I clear the prelims, I will pierce my cheeks using a spear." You know, hey, man, what you are saying, man, what you are saying? He said, "Okay, man, I'm going to do that." Is good luck or bad luck, he cleared the prelims. So we said, see, now we have main examination, do not waste your time. Just prepare for the examination. So after the exam, let us think about piercing this thing. There is one festival for Lord Kartikeya. E.L. Sharma, have you heard about Lord Kartikeya? He is a Hindu god. He is a Hindu god. And he is a war god. And there are 2 wives for him, Lord Kartikeya. So on that particular festival, right, people do that as a prayer, as a ritual. Few, right, they'll have some, they'll pray to God like that, "God, I will do this, I will do this." And that particular day came. So 1 week before the day, right, we went there. And that temple priest was there. And he asked, "Okay, you are going to pierce it on the day. Okay, come. I will take you to the godown. You can select one spear for that." He opened that godown. Oh my God! 6 feet, 8 feet, 10 feet, and 12 feet long. 12 feet long spears. He asked us, "Which one you want?" We got asked, "Sir, sabse chota. The smallest thing which you have, sir, please give it." "Oh, you want the smallest one?" Then actually for stitching the gunny bags, we use one huge needle. And using that needle, they have made a small spear. Okay, you take this and follow all the all the protocols properly, and you come on that day. Morning, 7 o'clock, we took him to the temple on that day. What we are seeing in front of our eyes. 10 feet, 12 feet spears, right? They were punching and piercing into the cheeks. Blood is flowing. Oh my God, don't they get pain or what? But the way in which they create that environment, right, it makes them to forget the pain. And our friend also went there. "Boy, come here, take your tongue. Keep it like this." He said when piercing that, it was not so painful. But when they took it back, it was a bit painful. So these are these are the customs which are practiced even by the people in New Delhi, people in Chennai, they do it. People in the metropolitan cities. Then think about the customs which are practiced by people in the primitive areas. In very primitive areas. So, study of religion became an anthropological curiosity straight from the beginning. So, what is religion first of all? Religion, right, is a belief in something which is supernatural. E.B. Taylor. Many call him as the founder of anthropology. Few say he was the founder of world anthropology. And in fact, he was the first to give a definition for culture. Soon we will discuss in length about E.B. Taylor, Levi's Country Market, slowly. Okay. He defines religion as a belief in spirits. Belief in spirits. But in general, people say religion is a belief in something which is supernatural. It is not there in nature, but you believe that this exists. That is what religion is. That is what religion is. So before going into the anthropological approaches, briefly let us discuss what is the function of religion. E.L. Chirmang is a Hindu. Good man. I heard that in most of the Northeast people are Christians. Ankit Sharma, he saying, oh my God, Ankit is saying that in Himachal Pradesh they practice animal sacrifice, and there is a small lake in that temple, it seems, and people throw gold into that lake in the name of offering. Tell me, where is that lake, man? One day I will come. Good. So functions of religion. The very important functions are, see here, fulfilling individual needs, psychological and emotional needs. So 2 days back we had the preliminary examination. Most of my students write out of anxiety, sir, I'm so anxious, I'm not able to control this anxiety. Sir, please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to do. The only answer is go to some temple, man, please. We have did lot of hard work. For the past 2 years, right, I'm seeing you guys how hard you are working. And now, it is the time now. So please, it's time to go to temple. Go there. Just be there at the temple for some time. Be there inside the premises for some time. That will give you some psychological comfort, man. You believe in the God. That God will give you comfort. God will give you the required comfort. Will give you the required comfort. So emotional needs. Whenever we feel that your wife is beating you very badly, if your wife is not providing you food properly, you go to temple and pray before the God. God, please give some good thought to my wife, so that she will provide me some good food. So religion has a very important role or function in meeting our psychological and emotional needs. The next very important function of religion is it is the source of rules and norms. Source of rules and norms. This was in fact the very important function of the religion. It's a very important function which religion performs. I'll explain it with one example. Kirtana is speaking about animal sacrifice in Telangana. Okay, Kirtana, one more thing I'll tell you about Telangana and the very beautiful city of Hyderabad. Hyderabad is known for food. If at all right, if I go to Hyderabad, my first work will be keep your luggages down. There is one very famous eatery there by name Bawarchi. Go to Bawarchi, have a chicken biryani, then think about doing other work. It's not just about the non-vegetarian food there. The quality of food there they serve, right, it's really awesome. And even people there, they eat a lot. I really love that particular aspect of Telangana, the food. Even even for dinner, people used to have full meals there. Full meals. Full meals there. There is one funny post I read. One person, right, he went to a doctor saying that, doctor, I'm not well since 1 month. Can you please check and diagnose what is happening to me? After all the investigations, the doctor found that that guy was suffering from diabetes. He said, sir, your blood sugar level is very high. You are diabetic now. So hereafter, you should have chapati in the night. Chapati for the dinner. Very patiently, that guy asked him again, sir, but when to take? Before my meals or after my meals? Before my meals or after my meals? When you are going to, sir, when should I take chapati? Before my meals or after my meals? And for Kirtana is saying that Bawarchi is overrated. We should go to Paradise and try biryani and halim. I am against your opinion, Kirtana, because I love to have food in Paradise also, the one in Secunderabad, the oldest one, gold one, platinum. But that is not an authentic Hyderabadi biryani. I have even tasted the original, authentic Hyderabadi biryani. During Ramzan season, early in the morning, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, there are a number of Muslim settlements there in the city. There is one near Ashok Nagar also, near Ashok Nagar, Gandhinagar area. Early morning, 4 o'clock, I had been there a few times because they need to finish whatever they want to eat right before sunrise. They make hot Hyderabadi biryani. That is the authentic biryani. Oh my God, how tasty it is. How tasty, really. Okay, come back. So for people who have lot of appetite for food, if doctor prescribes them, see, you should have only chapati in the night. On the other hand, see, there are our brothers who practice Islam. For them, right, because Islam originated under semi-arid region in the deserts of Saudi Arabia, the deserts of Middle East. And here it is not always possible for people to cultivate or rice cereals. So most of the time they are forced to eat animal meat. When they keep eating animal meat, what will happen to the intestine? It will be overburdened, right? So there is a need to give at least some break so that there will be an adequate secretion of digestive juices and things may settle down in the intestine. So if a doctor prescribes for 1 month, you give lot of break between the food. You eat before sunrise and do not eat anything in the entire day, and only after sunsets you think about eating something. If a doctor prescribes this, how many will follow? How many will follow this? On the other hand, the order here comes from Allah. Then they won't even think about keeping a drop of water in the tongue. So this is one very important aspect of the religion. Religion, right, can discipline the people. We can set some norms, and if we give a religious tinge to that, we can make people to follow or adhere to that. Manikanta is saying that Bawarchi is more tasty and beautiful than. What is there to be beautiful, man? See. In Hinduism, the Hindus in North India, they were brought up in such a way that they were made to believe Ramayana is true. As an anthropologist, we are not here to make any judgment here. We should not be judgmental, first of all. And I will just brief you what exactly we are supposed to deal with religion. We are not here to find the source of a religion or the origin of a religious myth. We are not here to establish the truth behind Ramayana, whether it happened or not, whether Rama constructed the Ram Setu or not. That is not an anthropologist work at all. We are here, right, to study why the myth is in place and what we can infer from that myth. By making people to believe Rama is true or Ramayana is true, the Hindus were brought up with the story of Ramayana, and by this way, right, we can inculcate one particular norm. We can just fix one particular norm in their head, that monogamy is the best form of marriage. And if somebody develops desire over somebody else's wife, he will be considered as a Ashura, a demon, who will be killed by the god. So, here comes the role of the religion. The role of the religion is to make some norms or to make the people to live as per some norms so that we can establish a type of social control. Because if we do not have control, so now we have a law. Now we have the Constitution of India, we have criminal procedure code, civil procedure code. So these are laws which keeps us or which disciplines the people. So during the ancient period, or among the primitive societies, where they do not have written laws, where they do not have court to deal with the social control, where they do not have police to deal with the social control, religion played a major role in establishing and maintaining the social order. And religion also, right, it is especially, right, it gives some explanation about the origin and cause. If we say how earth originated, we have our myth from the religion. Every religion speaks about the origin of the universe, origin of the world, and why we human beings are here. So like that, there are a number of functions for religion, so which I will be briefing you simultaneously here and there. Okay. So now let us discuss the first important topic in religion, that is anthropological approaches in the study of religion. Approaches in the study of religion. We have three important approaches. First one is the evolutionary approach. Evolutionary approach given by E.B. Taylor and James Fraser. But Kirtana, what you are saying is also good nowadays, right? The quality of food in Bawarchi is going down. Is going down. Okay, going down. And they have also spoken about one dish, Halim. So Halim is one dish which is available, which you can get only in Hyderabad. That too during Ramzan season. And Halim, right, it will not be tasty everywhere. Only there are few eateries who actually provide this authentic Halim. That is really tasty. I really long for this Halim. Whenever Ramzan season starts, my friends in Hyderabad used to call me, Thiru, come, let us go and have some Halim. And many times, right, for tasting Halim, I went to Hyderabad. Once I was there in Chennai, on one newspaper advertisement carried that they are going to offer Halim at a place in Chennai. I traveled close around 1.5 hours to go and find that, but what they were serving was not Halim. I was speaking all these things to my wife. I see Halim, all these things. Then next day, she came back from office early. I think she had no work on that day in office, and I don't know what she was doing. She asked me, "Hey, come back fast, man, come back fast. I got something for you." When I went there, right, I see a surprise. See, what is this? She had made Halim. Oh, I was so happy. Almost like 90% what we used to taste there, right? Exactly, she made it like that. Even now, then and there, right, she used to make that. Okay, come back. Evolutionary approach, the approach given by E.B. Taylor and James Fraser. The next approach is the functionalist approach. Given by Bronislaw Malinowski. Many call him as the founder of modern anthropology. The Polish-born, a Poland-born British anthropologist. He'll discuss many things about Malinowski's school. And the another great English anthropologist, Radcliffe Brown. The third is the psychological approach given by Sigmund Freud. So German term, Sigmund Freud. F-R-E-U-D. We need to pronounce that as Freud, Sigmund Freud. So first let us discuss about, okay, with these approaches, there are three important approaches. One is the evolutionary approach given by E.B. Taylor and James Fraser. Next is the functionalist approach given by Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown. After that, we have psychological approach given by Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud, see. First, let us discuss about the evolutionary approach. First by E.B. Taylor. So what is this evolutionary approach? So there is one particular school of thought in anthropology. We call them as a classical evolutionist. Classical evolutionism. In fact, E.B. Taylor was the founder of that particular school of thought. So there is chapter number 6 in anthropology where we discuss about the culture theories. There we'll discuss in length about the classical evolutionism. Now we are just discussing only about their approach in religion. So for classical evolutionists, culture always evolves in an unilinear sequence, stage after stage. Culture keeps evolving from savagery to barbarism, and barbarism to civilization. Savagery, savage stage means so how our Jarawas, the Sentinelese, how they are there in Andaman Nicobar Islands. Very primitive and very happy way of living, right? We call them as savages. We call them as uncivilized. Okay? So culture evolves in this sequence, savagery to barbarism and barbarism to civilization. That means suppose if they consider one particular society as very civilized, some time ago they might have lived in a barbaric stage, and still further before that they might have lived in a savage stage. So culture keeps evolving, people keep evolving, when culture keeps evolving, and in this process, right now, whatever aspect of the culture they have studied, they have focused only on the evolution of that particular aspect. For example, marriage. How marriage as an institution evolved over time. So there was a time when there was no restriction for sexual access. There was sexual promiscuity when anybody can access anybody for sex. So this was one condition. And slowly this evolved into group marriages, polygamous marriages. Then finally we have reached monogamy. And again monogamy is a myth. Even religion, how things evolved over time. Family, how it evolved over time. Political organization, how it evolved over time. So even in our country, we can see right how our political system evolved over time. British, before the advent of before the Turkish invasion. So what type of administration we had? Then came the Delhi Sultanate, the Mughals, the Lodhis. Then came the colonial administration. And now we have a different type of administration. So how things evolve over time. These people, they focus, classical evolutionists, they focus only on the evolution of culture. Similarly, E.B. Taylor, he once discussed about how religion as such evolved over time. According to E.B. Taylor, animism was the most primitive form of religion. Animism is the most primitive. Animism is the most primitive form of religion. Animism means it's not about worshipping of animals, worshipping of birds. Hindus even worship snakes. But there is an element of ecological truth in that. Snakes, right? No, serpents, they are poisonous. They can kill human beings. It is because snakes are going to kill us, right? If we kill all the snakes, certainly that will affect the ecosystem, the food chain, the ecological balance. I think you might have heard about the ecological balance, right? Food chain, food pyramid. So in the common food pyramid, there will be grasshoppers, that is insects. These birds will feed on that, or even rats. Above this lies snakes. If you kill all the snakes, then the population of rats will be left unchecked, and that will become a huge menace. It will become a huge issue. Correct? So there is something, an ecological balance in our environment. So it is because snake is poisonous, and if you kill all the snake, that may create ecological that imbalances in the ecosystem. Many other animal species, right, may become so prominent. So, if you just ask our people, please do not kill a snake, please do not kill the snake. Snake is very much important in our ecosystem. How many of us will obey the order? How many of us will believe that, or how many of us will take it seriously not to kill a snake? They'll say, no, 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 no. See, religion or whatever may be the thing, I'm going to kill it. But by making it as a god, by making the snake as a god, we have serpent worship. So we made it sure that human beings will not kill each and every snake they see. They treat it as a god, let it to go. People even feed the snakes with milk. And see, by mixing this with our myth, by making snake or giving a religious tint to the snake, to what extent we can create fear in the minds of the people. I'll tell you one example. Here in Karnataka, in one particular district, in the official residence of the chief executive officer of Zilla Panchayat. They are next to district collectors, right? Chief executive officer in Zilla Panchayat. Very powerful post that is. In their official residence, there was one huge termitarium where one snake made it as its home. And one snake is there inside. They can just destroy that or kill the snake, and they can clear the place, and they can make the officials to go and live, right? No. Fearing religion, fearing that it's a god, we have made it to that extent that if you harm a snake, that to a cobra, that will bring many things bad to you in your life. See, to what extent religion makes us or makes us to adhere to the norms. Something so great, right? Okay. So, but animism has nothing to do with the worshipping of animals. Come back here. Anima means spirit or soul. Hinduism believes in transmigration of soul. Even Islam to some extent believe in the concept of spirit and soul. Indirectly, even in Christianity, there is some belief about the spirit or soul. So, anima means spirit or soul. Animism refers to a belief in spirit or soul. First, E.B. Taylor, he explained what is the source for this belief. What made the people to believe in this concept of spirit or soul? So primitive man, right? What they may be doing? Life might have been more materialistic. They'll deal only with food, sex, sleep. That's all. Go for hunting, eat well. That's it. In between this, what made human beings to think about the existence of a spirit or soul? So according to E.B. Taylor, it is because of the twin events, the event of sleep and death. It is this which made human beings or our primitive man to believe in the concept of spirit or soul. So I'll tell you one example. Australia. Papua New Guinea, Torres Strait. Here we have the beautiful cities of Melbourne, Sydney. Okay. Even here, right, the Great Barrier Reef. What a beautiful continent it is, Australia. So people here, the primitive people, say one tribe, the Papuans. Papuans, right, they are a very primitive tribe who live here. There is also one more tribe here called as Foray tribe. And there is one disease among them, the disease called as Kuru. In nutritional anthropology, we will discuss about the Kuru disease among the Foray tribe. The Kuru disease, right, this disease develops largely because of cannibalism. Largely because of cannibalism. That too, because of eating brine. These people, right, they have one habit actually. If somebody, say, somebody dies, right, they used to cut open their head, they used to take the brine and they used to cook and eat that. And there are few viruses which may be found in the brine. And this virus, not virus actually, there are few other pathogens, not even virus. It is a strand of protein. It's not even a virus disease. A small set of proteins which are responsible for the disease. The only source is human brine only. So how it happens? Say the lady will be cooking in the home, and while cooking, right, the kids will be there around them. She will ask them, "Hey, taste this. Taste." They'll touch the brine and they'll eat. By this process, right, this infection spreads, and the disease is very common there. Kuru disease among the Foray tribe. In nutritional anthropology, we'll discuss about this. So Papuans, right, they are a very famous tribe in this part of the world, Papua New Guinea. Let's see one example. One Papuan, right, or a group of people, they might have sailed to Australia using their primitive boats. It will take a minimum of 6 or 7 days for them to go and reach this place. After reaching there, right, they might have spent a very nice time. What a place this is. Look at the corals here, how beautiful the corals are. So they might have spent some very nice time there, and they might have returned here back. And these people, right, they may always long about going there back again. So whenever, right, even now see the beautiful places like Shimla, we always long to go there, right? But from deep south in our country, we know how far it is. Same is the case. These guys, they know how far it is. And one fine day, there's one Papuan, he may be sleeping. And in a sleep, he may get a dream. And in that dream, he may go here. And when he wakes up, right, it's a surprise for him. Hey, what's happening? I am here. But I'm 100% sure, just before 5 minutes, I was there in that place. I was there in the Great Barrier Reef. How it is possible? So this made him to realize, yeah, okay, there is something inside me. It is leaving me and it is going out of me when I am sleeping. This is one example to show that dream made him to realize that there is something in them. Sometimes, right, their ancestors or their grandparents. Sometimes, right, that guy's grandmother, she might have died long back. So after her death, these guys might have did a lot of ceremonial funeral for her, and even they might have constructed some small, cemetery, something like that. But after some time, right, it might have happened some 5 years back, and she may come back in the dream. And she may tell, hey, why you are doing? Your wife is a very good girl, and you are torturing her. Why you are beating her? Whatever she asks, please get it to her. She's such a nice girl she is. This lady may come in the dream, and once when he wakes up, right, hey, what's happening? My grandmother, she died long back. Then he may rush there and see everything is perfect. But where from she came? And for our primitive man, even we human beings, right, we cannot conceptualize or we cannot visualize this thing. See, there are two types of dream, or two types of sleep actually, rapid eye movement and non-rapid eye movement sleep. So in non-rapid eye movement sleep, whatever dream you get, once when you wake up, you can remember the dream. But in rapid eye movement sleep, you will be in deep sleep. That time you may get a dream, but these dreams won't settle in your head. Once when you wake up, you cannot remember or you cannot recollect what the dream was. For a primitive man, the dreams matters a lot. Sometimes, right, in his dream, a snake may come. And if the snake comes that day when he wakes up, when he goes for hunting, he may have a very fantastic hunting. A very fantastic hunting. He may succeed in hunting. Maybe, right, again after 1 month, once again the snake may come in his dream. And once again, right, he may succeed in hunting. Then after that, right, suppose if he couldn't, if he fails in hunting for a long time, fails in hunting for a long time, what he may do few things. He may just pray, will that snake again come in my dream? Will the snake again come in my dream? Or if it is not coming, right, he can even make one object like a snake and he may start worshipping that. Please, again come back in my dream. I need to hunt well. So, one is sleep. Sleep made him, or the dream made him to realize there is something, there is his phantom, there is his double, which leaves his body when he is sleeping. Similarly, right, when he sees somebody dying, a dead person, he will think, what is wrong with him? Whatever I am having, he is also having, but I am alive, I am active, I am running, I am speaking, but he is dead. Now I need to bury him, I need to burn him. Even this made him to realize, okay, there is something inside the body and that had left his body, and that's why he is dead now. E.L. Chermang is saying, in our religion, when we dreamed about snake, it meant bad thing. Do not say in your religion, man. Maybe, right, it is a faith in your religion. Because we do not have any there is no religious text in the Hindu which speaks about a bad woman, about the dreams. Hinduism is very much a way of living. It is not a religion as such. It's not a religion. Okay. So that's why even many say go back, the Arya Samadhi say go back to Vedas, where we can find the original source of religion, and all the other subsequent religious myth. It is those things which have created all the nuisance in the society. They even mention Ramayana and Mahabharata, Lord Krishna and Bhagavad Gita. We come back. So it is the dream and death. Dream while sleeping and death, which made man to think about or to realize about the presence of a spirit or soul in his body. Even in Christianity, I'll tell you, so in a church, on a Sunday prayer, the prayer was going on, and suddenly somebody who is standing there in the very front row, if he sneezes, it's like that. If somebody sneezes, and what the people next, somebody who is standing next to him, what they will do? In Christian myth, right, it's not a big myth there. They'll say, may God bless you. May God bless you. Indirectly, right, there is a belief there among the people that sneezing is an act of your spirit or soul. Sneezing is an act of your spirit or soul to escape from your body. But even after sneezing, you are surviving, man. You didn't die. Your soul is still there inside your body only. So may God give you a very long life. You may say, may God bless you. In Hinduism, sneezing is considered to be a very bad omen. Okay, fine. So according to E.B. Taylor, the twin events of dream and death were responsible for believing in the existence of spirit or soul. But do we really have spirit or soul in our body? As an anthropologist, we are not supposed to search for the truth behind our belief. You believe that, right? You believe. That is going to do something good. It will do something good. We are not here to search whether we really have a spirit or soul. But what exactly it matters? What is this belief in spirit or soul? So according to E.B. Taylor, the twin event of dream and death made man to realize about his phantom, his double, or the presence of spirit or soul in his body. So the belief in spirit or soul is called as animism. Animism means the belief in spirit or soul. Anima means spirit or soul. Animism means the belief in spirit or soul. Remember, animism has nothing to do with animals. Okay. Soon what happened, as I told you, he started giving shape to the concept of spirit or soul. His grandmother keeps coming and advising him, a daily right after when you go for hunting or when you go there for catching fish, you move in this direction, you will get a good catch of fishes. You may hunt some animals. And when he starts following that, he may succeed. So soon what he may do, he will wish that her grandmother comes in her dreams. So he just want to see her always. So he may make a shape on an object like her grandmother. Or he may make an object like a snake. And he just want to spend some time with that object because he wants that object to come in his dream. So this we call it as anthropomorphization. Anthropomorphization. Anthropomorphization means giving shape to, giving a human form or an animal form to the concept of spirit or soul. And generally, right, we will not, our primitive man might not have given the shape to a single object. He might have started making a number of objects like this. This anthropomorphization slowly led to polytheism. So what is polytheism? Polytheism is a belief in number of gods. In Hinduism, right, is a very good example for polytheism. What about Buddhism? Buddhism believes in one God, but there are a number of, even in fact, Buddha didn't want people to worship him as a God. But Buddha is worshipped in a number of forms. Even in Ashura form of Buddha is there. Even a female version of Buddha is there, it seems. Do you have anybody who practices Buddhism here? Guys, please report me, okay? Fine. This polytheism, when the culture further evolved, we are discussing about the evolution of culture. When the culture further evolved and when we reached the most civilized form of culture, this polytheism got evolved into monotheism. This polytheism got evolved into monotheism. So this is the scheme given by E.B. Taylor. This is E.B. Taylor's scheme of evolution of religion. You can just note it down, this particular flowchart, animism to anthropomorphization. You can just make it beautiful by putting them into some beautiful boxes. Okay, so you can add this flowchart in your answer. Animism to anthropomorphization, anthropomorphization to polytheism, and polytheism to monotheism. Polytheism to monotheism. So this is how religion as such evolved according to E.B. Taylor. And I had given you a number of examples for animism. You discussed about the Seminoles, these Dayaks. I told you the Seminoles are they live near Florida, these people, Seminoles. Somewhere near Florida in the United States of America. These people, they have one habit actually. After the birth of a kid, suppose if the mom is not fine and if she is going to die, they have the habit of keeping the newborn baby close to the nostrils, close to the nose of the dying mother. So that they believe that her spirit, her good spirit will enter the kid. Will enter the kid. The Dayaks of Indonesia, they believe their spirit lies in their hairs. So what they will do during the time of war, they will not cut their hairs. They will not cut the hairs. This belief, right, that spirit lies in their hairs is there even among the Hindus. That's why when the Hindus go to Tirupati, they offer hairs to Lord Venkateshwara. In North India, when people be it for religious purpose or whatever everything, if they tonsure their head, if they shave their head, they'll make it sure that they will leave at least a small portion of call tikki, some hair in their head attached, and they will not shave it completely, because they also believe that spirit or soul lies in their hair. And about the number of spirits, different people have a different belief. There are few societies where people even believe a single human body possesses close to around 7 souls, 7 soul or spirit. I will just discuss one important example here, the work done by von Führer Hammendorf. Von Führer Hammendorf. So he was a great anthropologist, and he did lot of work even in Telangana region of Telangana only now. Telangana. He did some work among the Konyak Nagas. And he found that there are 3 types of spirit found according to this Konyak Nagas. Within the human body, there are 3 spirits. The one is Yaha. So Yaha, right, it is a principal spirit. It is responsible for the personality of a guy, of a man or a woman. And if a person dies, this Yaha, right, it goes into the earth, it goes into the land. There is one next spirit called as Mia. They believe that Mia is a very good spirit and it is capable of producing something great. And this Mia lies there in the head, and even after death, this Mia, the spirit, will continue to be there in the skull of the individual. And it is one factor responsible for the head hunting among the Nagas. The Nagas of Nagaland. So most of the settlements used to be in hilltop fortified settlements. Always, right, they need to keep some people ready to safeguard their people and their village. Because there is a belief among the Nagas that if you raid your nearby village, catch hold of the people, kill them, and behead them, and bring that head to your village, and if you bury it in your land, the fertility of the land will increase. No doubt. If you add some organic, this is also organic, right? If you add some organic content to the soil, automatically the fertility will increase. But for that, is there a need to cut the head of the human beings? The two women's head are most preferred, it seems. This was the condition of our northeast. Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. This region were known for head hunting, and that's why these regions remained in isolation. Never in your medieval history you read anything about Nagaland or Manipur. It is the colonial rulers after a prolonged war in this region because they need access to Myanmar. Myanmar is known for teak and many resources. So they need to deal with these people, and after a prolonged war, they managed to control the headhunting among the people in this region. Now nobody indulge in headhunting. Hopefully, EL. I think so, right? Nobody is indulging in headhunting now. Somehow, right, by some 150 years or maybe some 100 years, 100 years ago, this practice was there among the people in Nagaland. But now they have managed to bring this under control. We had few students from Nagaland. If they are attending, right, please text me here. Mia. So this Mia, right, it remains there in the head, and it is what makes these Nagas to go for head hunting, because you bring that Mia and bury it in your land will become very fertile. They also have one more spirit, that is Hiba. Okay, Hiba is something, it is a Hiba which becomes a ghost. If somebody dies in a very in a very cruel way, or maybe in a violent way, then this Hiba will become a ghost. This Hiba will roam around as a ghost. So there are number of cross-cultural belief about the existence of a spirit or soul. So this is animism. Guys, now are you comfortable with one approach in the study of religion, evolutionary approach given by E.B. Taylor? That is animism. Are you okay with the term animism? If they ask you to write one small short note, say for 15 marks about animism, will you be in a position to write about animism? Animism refers to a belief in spirit or soul. Anima means spirit or soul. Animism refers to a belief in spirit or soul. According to E.B. Taylor, animism was the most primitive form of religion. So according to him, it is the twin events, the dream and death, which made man to realize about the presence of spirit or soul in his body. Then spirit worship, anthropomorphization, then anthropomorphization to polytheism, polytheism to monotheism. Then can you write some examples about animism? I have given you a number of examples about the Seminoles, about the Dayaks, about these Konyak Nagas, and about a few other people in Africa also. The Nupe of Africa. This Nupe of Africa, right, they indulge in a number of sacrifices. So just go through these examples. I cannot explain each and every example here. Okay, so please do not forget the example, the one given by Hammondorf. Von Führer Hammondorf and his work among the Konyak Nagas. There are a number of Nagas. Angami Nagas, Ao Nagas, Konyak Nagas. All they live in Nagaland. And there was a time when these people were indulging in head hunting. And according to Von Führer, Mia is a spirit in the head of the people. And it is the Mia which was responsible for head hunting. Got it? Okay. So next is the next approach, that is the evolutionary approach given by James Frazer. Before that, let us take a break for 5 minutes. So remain in touch, stay in touch,